exactly what they need. They're like little children, Claire. We have to hold their sticky fingers and wipe their filthy mouths.
Of course, that was a clip from the Netflix hit drama House of Cards. The company is set to release second quarter earnings later today after the bell. Some investors looking closer at subscriber growth rather than traditional earnings metrics. Joining us now is Wall Street Journal telecom reporter Ryan Knutson. Good to see you, my dear.
Thanks for having me.
What are you expecting this afternoon?
Well, yeah, and like you said, investors are always looking at subscriber growth. That's sort of like the metric that seems to always drive the stock. The company is trying to get investors to start looking at earnings, revenue growth. There's big prediction that revenue is going to be up earnings will be up 78%. Revenue up 31%. Those are the expectations from analysts. Subscribers are expected to be a big quarter as well. They had a lot of returns of a lot of the big shows. Master of None with Aziz Ansari. House of Cards is back. Orange is the New Black is back.
Bloodline, the final season, came out the same in May as well. The
question is whether these shows that have been around for a long time are enough to pull in new subscribers or just keep the ones that they have happy.
So it's pretty interesting because on the first quarter, what they said is they want everybody to focus on revenue growth. That's an Amazon-esque way of wanting their stock to trade, as well as global profit margin, right? So they're focusing on that because they've spent tons of money. Is there any indication of where that should be or come in line with?
Well, they just did a big deal in China with the Baidu subsidiary, so there should be some more growth coming in from that area. But the question is, how far can you grow this? And they have about 100 million subscribers already, so how much more can you grow that in the United States? They're trying to grow internationally, but you know, the United States usually does a pretty good job of having its shows carry a lot of weight overseas, but that's going to be the big question.
And Rogue One is coming to Netflix. I think it's tomorrow. So again, the fact that they are getting distribution of this really critical content is important. It's not original, but it's still really necessary to pull in subscribers.
Yeah,
or to keep the ones they've got.
Right, happy. They spend a lot of money on content, and they're obviously finding they have to keep producing hits. They spent a lot of money on some new shows this year that they went and canceled really quickly. The Get Down, Sense8, Girl Boss. So they've been showing they're willing to cancel shows more quickly if they're not succeeding. But that seems to be what really drives the company's success, is if they have hits that people draw them in, like Stranger Things.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of The Stand-Ups, which is it was awful. No, it wasn't actually. That was the problem. I didn't laugh at all. I was like, this is really not
to funny. That point, they're spending all this money on content, $6 billion this year. Cash flow is supposed to be down $2 billion this year, and it's supposed to decline for the foreseeable future. This is kind of like an Amazon-esque story where they're willing to spend and spend to get that growth on the top line and the subscribers especially.
Yeah, and if you don't have hits, it's hard to keep that going. But on the other hand, now people are really starting to formulate their own streaming models. You know, people are ingrained in watching Netflix. You know, with the Rogue One coming to Netflix, Disney did a deal in 2012 where they decided to let Netflix start streaming their content. But that's really good for Netflix because now they've got all this Disney content. If Disney wanted to get into the streaming game and try to come out with a similar type of competitor, that'd be a lot more difficult for them now because Netflix has such a big head start on customer data, which is one of the things that they've been using to inform their decisions about what shows that they want to create. So they have a huge head start. So, you know, in spending all that money and getting an established subscriber base is good, but you have to keep having hits in order to keep people coming back.
The original content provides a moat around their business so they can negotiate the content because they have their own. That's the whole idea behind it.
Very good. Ryan, it's good to see you. Thank you so much.